like, I'm over it. Yeah, I don't care what you do.
I totally get it. What about like some of the Potomac women? Like, Gizelle, we mentioned past her, like Gizelle is single.
Yes.
What do you, any type of specific guy you see for Gizelle?
I don't know. I think Gizelle, of course, she needs someone who's like a great dad, but I think just also someone that's not intimidated by her, because Giselle's going to say whatever's on her mind, I think, so she's one of those people. She's beautiful. She's opinionated. She's a great mom as well. But I think someone who can really withstand the fact that she is going to say what's on her mind, and, they're not going to get, flustered by the fact that she's her own woman. I mean, she's a businesswoman and all of that. She seems fun too.
Yeah, I think so. I think that she needs somebody who's going to be her safe place and space that will allow her to be vulnerable. Giselle's very guarded. We've met her before a couple of times, and just watching her, of course, I've watched her on TV for years and years, but that's just one perception, one side of her. But she's very stoic sometimes, and she's very guarded. And I think that her man is going to allow her to just fall in his chest and just cry and hold her and let her know, I got you. Like, I'm here for you. I got you. I have it under control. You don't have to worry about it. She's been carrying the world on her shoulders, even since her relationship with Jamal, having all of that to deal with and to handle. She needs somebody that's going to have her back this time around, in my opinion.
It's time. I think we need to see Gizelle with like strong, good.
Definitely.
Man,
yes. And
right?
she's dated on the show too, from what I remember, but I guess for whatever reason, it just hasn't stuck. I mean, she's dated Pastor Jamal, but she's also been in other relationships too. But yeah, I'd love to see her in like a long-term relationship. Like that's her permanent +1. I'd love it.
Yeah.
And what about, I know the duo has a rule about a divorce, and now you kind of have waived that rule. What about Miss Ashley Darby? We have a single Ashley Darby now. Pretty soon.
Yes.
Let me tell you, Ashley is coming through. Ashley, you see those pictures online? She is giving me so much life. I'm like, that's the Ashley that, I kind of wanted to see. She went through some phases though, if you've watched her over the years, from, just being this young, kind of, just young, cute wife. And then she went, she became a mom, and now she's a hot mom. She is hot. And so she's feeling herself. I'm loving all the confidence. What she's doing, what I'm seeing is that she's rebuilding her confidence to be able to get back out there.
Yeah, I think Ashley's been disconnected for a while. I mean, just watching, I think that she's really tried to give it a go with this marriage. But I mean, he seems like he has been disconnected, and she's finally gotten to the point where she's just like over it at this point. So again, that would be one that we would probably still help, because of course with the coaching first, but she's been disconnected from that relationship for quite some time, I think.
Let me tell you, she has those kids and that alimony and that child support, that alimony. Ashley, girl, you did that.
She did it. And those pictures, I did see those pictures, and I think, she's ready.
She's going to be ready for somebody. He's going to have to come with it.
And I think it's going to be someone totally different than Michael, just it like
it will be.
Do you think that, like, look, we have like Erika, Jayne, and Tom. I mean, that's a different story, but like Ashley and Michael, do you think like age different, I guess look at Lisa, Rinna, and Harry. I mean, what do you think about relationships when there is such a, huge age dynamic?
Well, I mean, I think that it's not a problem. I mean, I think as long as you know what you're getting, it's great. I think that the couples that we've seen that have that huge age gap, I mean, they're kind of live their own lives, and they come together when they need to come together. Like they know their role in the relationship. And so I think it can work that way. But when it comes down to, being able to, share their deepest, darkest secrets, or just, being emotional, I don't think that that's one of those types of things that we see all the time. I think it's more like, I'm here to do a job, you're here to do a job, we get together, we admire each other, but it just doesn't seem like it's something, that is the same as like someone who's the same age. Definitely not. but it
Yeah.
works for some people.
Yeah, and I feel like those age gaps are too gappy for me. They're astronomical because here's the thing: Ashley is still fly. Michael or they start having health issues after a while. So you become a nurse at some point, and it's like, is this the life that you want? If it is, then that's great. That works for you. But at some point, you still have so much life to live. Is this how you want to live that life? I mean, you don't even listen to the same music. You're not even in the same genre on so many different things. It's like, but they find some commonality in
Yeah, they
something that brought
respect
them
each
together.
other.
They find some commonality that have, gathered them together. So I agree with that. But to me, I don't know that it lasts for a long time, because at some point you're like, wait a minute, did I really sign up for this? Especially when, medical, issues and health issues start to take place at any age. It becomes difficult. Then it changes. Like shit changes.
I think so too. I always say that too. It's like it's great, but then
When
if
it's
you
great.
really think about it,
yeah,
you
it's
can't.
great when it's great. When it's bad, it's bad.
Right. I mean, you can't deny the fact that this person is a certain age. And
Yes,
you're
and they're
not.
aging just like you're aging, but they're aging at a whole different rate when you think about it.
Warp speed, right?
Absolutely. What about, I want to ask you also, as we like wind down, what about like Patti Stanger? Like, do you guys know her? I mean, the Millionaire Matchmaker back in the day. I mean, it's another time, lifetime of Bravo, but like, do you guys know her? Do you know of her? What do you think of her?
Yeah, we do know her. We know of her. We don't have a relationship with her, but her people reached out to us when we first started our business to, potentially be on her show, and we declined it. So it wasn't a good fit for us. We had just started our business and we wanted to gamble on us. So we couldn't, we would have been working for her. So we were like, nah, we're going to take a stab at this ourselves and just see where it lands.
Yeah, we've been in some of the same circles. Sometimes she's been a speaker, sometimes we've been a speaker. And I mean, we learn from her, definitely. I mean, she's been doing this longer than we have. So I mean, I don't really reject learning from anybody who's been doing this longer than we have. And she was successful for quite some time. She was saying now that she's more into like producing films and things like that now. But hey, she did it for many years and she really did a great job. A little rough on her delivery of what she would tell people, but hey, it made great TV and people kept coming back over and over again. So like I said, she's in her lane, it worked. Hey, I love it.
And you guys were reached out to be like, she had like Destin and Rachel, like her two main people, like you were reached out to be those two people.
Yeah, production. I don't know if it was production or if it was her team, but yes, they wanted us to like work for her. So we couldn't say we were the duo because we were the duo at that point, but so we had to like work for her. We're like, yeah, no, that's not, we'll wait on that. So we could have been on TV many, many times over past that. But no, I think this is the perfect fit for us.
I was going to say, look, it all comes full circle, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
like
you
we
took
still
a
landed
gamble.
on Bravo. We still landed on Bravo.
Is there anything else? Well, I'm glad you guys landed on Bravo. Is there anything else you want to like bring up or discuss before we wrap up? I always like to give people a chance at the end. Thank you for answering all my questions. Like, Love Match Atlanta is great. Loving it. Everyone needs to love it. Yeah. Anything else you want to bring up and discuss?
Yeah, I just want to ensure that everyone really like